What up? And welcome to the Madison Show. Today we're going to be reviewing a video of a psychologist that says high value men actually get cheated on more. And I thought it'd be interesting because I am a therapist and this person is a psychologist. And I think this lady, I don't know her very much. I think she is friends with like Andrew Tate's friends or something. I've seen them in videos together. But I thought it'd be a great opportunity to look at it. And this video breakdown is by Abba and Preach. So I'll look at some videos there. Shout out to Abba and Preach, the Montreal boys holding it down. City boys, we up. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So we're gonna crack into it. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, 8-week conversation mentoring with Madison. That's myself down below in the description, as well as my live bootcamp programs all around North America. Work with me live, face-to-face in the field. Link also in the description. And I'm grifting on the algorithm, as you can tell, trying to entertain you, but put some like perspective and how-to information in my content. So be sure to like the video. It costs you absolutely nothing to like the video. It's free. It costs me time and energy to make these. It costs you nothing to like the video. Like it, share, and I would appreciate that.
Very excited to have Sadia Khan on my podcast. Not only is she stunning, she's a psychologist. She actually gives people advice on relationships and trauma. Sadia is now based here in Dubai and offers online coaching online.
Okay, so she's some kind of like, I guess, dating coach in Dubai.
In Dubai?
Basically, she puts a price tag on the women and the men buy. That's what's her job.
Is it really that?
No, she just brings the toilet paper for the porta potties. I don't know. Listen, I'm being stupid.
Yeah, because I've seen many cases, or I've heard, oh, you know, so-and-so's partner cheats and stuff like that. But it's like, for me, in some cases, it's kind of like an open marriage, no? Or is it?
I always say that high-value men are more likely to be cheated on back. They just don't realize it.
Really?
Absolutely. I always say rich men are the most likely to be cheated on, especially in Dubai.
Why?
Because the women they choose.
100%. 100%.
We get spicy today.
100%. Hey, they don't realize it. They just don't realize it.
I'm gonna say two things. A lot of the rich men, like publicly rich men that I know, can't keep a relationship or they can't keep a loyal chick. Just saying. All this talk about high value men get respect, not from their women for whatever reason.
Listen.
A lot of them don't seem to get it. Yes, they can move on to the next girl really easy and replace her.
So is the girl.
Whatever girls they get with, they can also replace those dudes, generally speaking.
Oh my days, my guy.
That's why you'll see the same girl with 10 different rich guys. Because they all cycle through the same women, because the same women got the same amount of options. It's kind of a crazy thing to think about, but if you don't notice it, a lot of these Instagram thotties who have terrible reputations begin with multiple of these dudes. They just be running through the gambit.
Working in the bar industry, in the club industry, in the hotel industry, the food and beverage teach you so much about that. It's what you see. At some point, you see the same people. It cycles. You know, you see them with different people and stuff like that. If you're in a town, if you're in a city that a lot of stars goes through, you start to realize it's the same people around them, guy and girl. So yeah,
the women are treated like Ethiopian food. Huh? Everyone eats from the same plate with the hands.
Yeah, it's true. I wonder where this comes from. Like, I got an idea. Here's a theory. Let me throw it at you. Does it come from the fact that people that are high value, everybody wants them, and because of social media, Instagram, and all that, everybody has access to those guys, and they think they deserve them, and so these guys have so many options that often they go through the same people. I have a joke I can make here. All right. So I have a buddy of mine who is a very high value guy, very successful, Lamborghini, yachts, whatever. And it even got to a point where him and I, even if we're in different cities, we'd be like, hey, I see you're friends with this person on Instagram. And we share the picture. He's like, yeah, I dated this person 6 months ago or 3 months ago. And it happened very often. Like 1 out of like 15 people or 1 out of 10 people, this would happen very often. So yeah, people that are attracted to like a lavish lifestyle or like high value situations, ability to travel, they're just gonna make the way around that. It's the very small circle. So yeah, there's some truth to that.
What? The women, when you're a broke man, you're limited in terms of the women you can access. You
Yeah.
can only access the limited range of women. So you're only going to access a simple kind of woman because you're a simple man. That simple woman doesn't have many options. So you're both optionless and you're both good to go. You've got a connection, you're good to go. Now, if you are a high value man, let's say, for example, you're a George Clooney, you can access whoever you want in the world. Right? Whoever you want. So you could choose a Kim. If you're Kanye, you can choose a Kim. Do you think Kanye is the only rich man she knows?
No.
Do you think Kanye is the best she can get? She can get many of you. So what happens is, as a man becomes more successful, his criteria and selection of women becomes more provocative, promiscuous. It's usually the dream girl.
Yo, I'm going to add something here. I'm actually going to say something that's pretty different that you're not going to respect. I think as somebody becomes more high value, their options actually get bigger. Then at a certain point, like towards the end of like how high value they can be, when they get to the first top 10%, their options dramatically get a lot less because you can't mess with people that have nothing to lose. You know, you see these rappers and actors or athletes hanging out, people, and they drag them down, they ruin their career with a gun charge, or they go to jail, or they get involved in something. Like, look at what's that guy's name, John Mulaney, whatever that basketball player's name is, or look at Johnny Depp. Look at this can come back and look bad if I say it, but you look at the guy from Marvel playing Kang, forgot his name, but like if you mess with the wrong person, your whole life can go down. So the more high value you actually get, you got to be more cautious, and your pool gets smaller. And that's why also you'll see a lot of the same people circulating around those areas. Like if I bring somebody on vacation, a person's got to be like accustomed to dealing with a business owner or dealing with somebody who's like taking calls in the middle of the night from international clients and students, or somebody who's used to like having a weird sleep schedule or not being reliable, or even this, dealing with somebody that when I block off a certain amount of time, they can respect that time and be there for that time, and not like just ghost and come back a few days later. Because if they ghost and come back, that's it. That's the time I had is gone, and they're not going to get that anymore. So it takes somebody that's been dealing with stuff like that to understand it. It's why, man, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna leave it alone at that. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I got girl in that place. I got hoes in that area code. No, he don't have hoes in that area code. That hoe has a lot of dude that comes through the area code. Yo, I'm in your town. What's up? You think you're the only? You think you're the only one? Yo, I'm in your.
Dream girl knows 10 of you. But if you choose that, simple girl that works in Starbucks, of course she's going to be loyal to you. But what high value man chooses that? He chooses the sexiest girl on screen. So I always say to men who are high value rich, especially in Dubai, before I've even met that girl, I'm like, she's cheating on you. Why? Because she likes you for your lifestyle, and she knows plenty of men with your lifestyle. You're just covering her current bills.
I feel bad for men now. Like,
Don't feel bad for them
I feel like
Don't feel bad for them because they choose this life. They could easily choose a simple, nice woman, but they choose this life.
yeah, but still, it's like they work.
They work hard.
They work hard. They, go to the gym. They try and be like, they've become masculine. They cover the bills. They're just trying to find.
It's a really poor deal for them because it's a really poor deal because what happens is they're the ones doing everything.
Yeah.
Both are cheating, but she's doing it on your watch and she's doing it with your credit card. So he's getting a way worse deal. But I always say it's your selection process. Who tells you to date these kind of women that had a billionaire in the past and has had all this work done? You think she got that for free? It's your you have to look at your selection process.
You feel bad for them? I don't feel bad for them. Like, I don't.
Oh, don't look at the high value man in his penthouse with his $1 billion. I feel so bad for him.
I don't feel bad.
Remember, he was with that supermodel and cheated on her. Don't you feel bad for him?
I don't.
Don't you?
No.
He got 100 bitches in his DMs. Don't you feel bad for him with all them options? Don't you? Look at his poor little boo-boo. He's hurting in his penthouse.
You look
with
like
his yacht. Don't you feel bad for the high value man?
You look like Eddie Murphy trying to impersonate Bill. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all.
Oh my God!
I don't feel bad.
Don't you feel bad for these multi-millionaires with their to the? I don't give up.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for the girls. I don't feel bad for the guys. To me, it's just
y'all chose that life.
Yeah,
y'all wanted the whole options thing, expected loyalty.
It's a choice.
Hey man, that's your
I don't
lifestyle.
feel bad for nobody.
Everybody got to choose their lifestyle.
They do their thing, and it is what it is.
As you get more successful, you choose more promiscuous. What do you expect? Yeah, they always do. You don't see footballers flying out a librarian. They're not gonna go.
I would. I'm not gonna lie. If you're a librarian, then you you can holler at your boy. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you're a librarian and you got a list, and when you talk, you sound like you're wet.
That's hilarious. But I can be honest for a second. Even when you fly out the librarian or you deal with the librarian, they get accustomed very quick to a certain lifestyle. And depending on where they come from, their family, their life experiences, very soon they could just be like the other ones. They could just be like everybody else. So I don't know, man. I think this day and age, especially in the Western culture, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too much. The person can get really like taking advantage of a high value man very quickly and very easily. Once they get comfortable with it, the respect starts to go away, the admiration starts to go away, the mutual giving starts to go away, and then like it's like anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
We are going to enjoy it together. Huh?
Fly out a teacher on a lad's app. They're flying out the OnlyFans girl, and it's only a matter of time before you get lost in the sauce and you make that OnlyFans girl your girlfriend.
Yo, what she said is so facts.
What?
If you guys actually pay attention, a lot of these red pill goobers end up getting with wifing up girls who either did some kind of X work in the past or had OnlyFans before or whatever it is. Now they're reformed, which, hey, listen, you should be with whoever you want, but I find it so funny that they denigrate these women and they turn into Captain Sable hoes themselves, end up wifing these women, turn up as a girlfriend. And it happens so often. Y'all ever notice that? They be sourcing their women from sugar baby sites and stuff like that. It's just funny to me. It's like they shit talk these women, but they go on the very mediums where you meet these women. So it's just there is an incongruence between the values they espouse and how they try to find their women. What do you think about the whole idea of these rich guys getting cheated on the most?
I agree. It happens. I agree. Not the most, but I agree that it happens. It's very, actually, no, let me take that back.
I think it is the most. I think it is the most. Because they're in the most hyper competitive.
From what I've seen, yeah, it is the most. The only thing I disagree with is, well, not that I disagree, that I don't feel the same way, is I don't feel bad for nobody. For nobody. I'm not, oh, poor thing. Like, he steps out while you live in a big, that's what you wanted, that's what you aim for, that's what you want, and that's fine. You know what I mean? There's pros and cons in both. I don't feel bad, I don't feel good. I'm just like, it is what it is. It comes with pros and cons to live that kind of life, on the side of the man, on the side of the woman. I'm not trashing nobody. I don't care.
I'll say this. There are studies out there that show that the higher amount of partners you have, the more likely you are to engage in infidelity. Now, it doesn't mean that because you had a lot, you're going to do that. What it does show, however, is there's an access that leads to temptation, that leads to end result. And if you think about high-value men and the kind of women they get with, most of them are people who have been promiscuous because they have the most amount of opportunities, thus the most amount of temptation. Doesn't mean that a really hot girl's going to do it. It just means she's far more likely to because she has far more options, right? If you live in a place with...
Okay, I gotta say something really important here because I didn't say it before, but I want to correct Abba on one thing he's saying. He's saying that because these guys are high value, they only go for girls that are sex workers or have OnlyFans and stuff like that. It's not that. It's because there's a sliding bell curve, right? Like when you look at people in terms of like the lowest attractive people versus the most attractive people, the most attractive people tend to use their physical looks and their body to get raises, money, employment opportunities. That's just how it is because they're the most attractive. The least attractive people don't do that. I heard 50 Cent say the other day that if your appearance is your biggest asset, then you're going to do some dirty things. If the way you look is the best thing you got going on for you, then you're probably going to get mixed up with some naughty things. And that's what it is. People, the more attractive the people you get, the prettiest people do the ugliest things. And if a high value person has access to pretty people, some of them are going to do those things. That's what it is. It's not because he's looking for that. There's just going to be more of that around.
More crime and more guns and more this, you're probably going to see more shootings. That's just kind of how these things work. So just understand when you think about infidelity and all its markers, people who live in that kind of higher stratosphere are the most likely to be cheated on and the most likely to engage in infidelity because it's all around them. It's a lot easier to be loyal when there's not a bunch of women who are attractive saying they want to suck you off in your DMs or go on trips with you and they got every of the finest bikini pictures possible known to man. That's a reality of the lifestyle. So anybody who comes to me says who gets cheated on the most, it's going to be rich people. It's going to be people who are really well off. 100% of the time, it's going to be them. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen in other spheres. Absolutely does. Okay? And it's probably more insulting to be cheated on by a broke man. But at the end of the day, you still got cheated on. So it is what it is. That's how I think about it. And she's right. I don't think she was right about everything she said, but she was definitely right about that portion. She's not lying. She's not lying. This whole like making money and all this stuff or being famous and it comes with its downsides. I guarantee you, if you look at the marriage rate or the successful relationship, like all this thing rates for people who make like an exponential amount of money or people who are really well known, you're going to see they are far more likely to fail. And that's not even rocket science or anything groundbreaking. That's just reality. So all this time we spend glorifying that high value life, just know they got their own problems. And I don't know if a lot of you are built for those problems.
More money, more problems.
That saying keeps coming back.
I don't think it's more problems, it's just definitely different problems.
True. Yeah, I be trying to navigate both sides pretty efficiently.
What kind of?
I live a good life, but I make enough money to be part of the other life, but I don't spend it that way. Therefore, I don't attract the attention of the problems that the other life gives. You get what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm dating somebody and you met them, you would never think that they're part of that kind of crazy, weird, high-value life because they don't move like that. Because that's the values I search for. Mm-hmm. So I try to do, but a lot of that dudes I know who all of a sudden they make money, all of a sudden they went from human to like 80% plastic, right? There's a shift that happens where the percentiles change a little bit.
But also the thing that happened is that it's easy for you to do that because you don't show that. So it's easy for you to navigate that because you're not advertising that.
More than that, it's easy for me to do that because I don't covet that.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
That's really important because the other dude, when he makes that money, the reason why he changes, that was always in him. Money just makes you more of what you already are.
Yeah,
I'm not a nigga who values flashiness. I never valued it when I was poor, and I certainly don't value it now that I got some money. Mm-hmm. But that's easy for me because I don't care about that kind of stuff, right? It's harder for them because they do want all that stuff. So once they get the money, they buy the plastic. You get me?
Yeah.
That's the...
Yeah, again, I agree and I disagree. It's also just the more attractive people are, typically in the Western world, the more they're going to use their looks to the advantage. For example, even if somebody's a bottle service person or working a VIP host at a restaurant, they're using their looks in that position to work the front door. And the more you get into attractive people, the more you get to people that are going to use their looks for their advantage. And when people have their best asset being their looks, they're going to do some naughty things. That's all that it is. It doesn't matter if the guy leads with money or not. He's still going to have a high amount of filtering he has to do for that, like an obscene amount of filtering. Like I'm talking about like rejecting like 85% to 90% of the people that you deal with.
The real problem. The problem isn't the money. It's that deep down inside, you got those desires. Mm-hmm. You need the double Ds. You need the BBLs, right? Because you need it bigger. You want it flash. You want it curvy. You want your mind stimulated. I don't care about that stuff, right? It's not to be like, maybe it's how I was raised. Maybe something broken in me when I was a kid. Or I don't know what it is. I just never cared. I actually get uncomfortable when someone's doing too much because it's just too much attention for me. I hate that feeling. So that's just a different set of values. That's why I'm not worried about that.
You spoke about that.
Yeah.
I always say that women actually just want an investment. Now, if you give her a financial investment, she's okay about the emotional monogamy because that's a form of investment. But if there's no financial investment, she expects more emotional investment. So you just got to balance it out. We want investment, whether that's financial, emotional, whatever it is. Now, if you're not covering us financially, you better give us all of you emotionally. But if you're covering us financially, for a lot of women, they're like, okay, maybe you might step out, but I get to live this life, live this house, have this car. I know you care about me.
Is there anything wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's because it's a form of care. It is a form of care.
It's a form of love,
it's a form
right?
Of care.
Like I'm saying,
and, it's a form of investment. If you want to step out and you've got the resources for it, find that woman that wants the more, as long as she's got her financial investment, she's good. Don't choose the one that needs emotional investment. Usually it's the ones that have been hurt or traumatized. They need more emotional. They don't care about the finances.
The women who want the emotional investment are the ones who are traumatized or the ones who are hurt.
That's not true.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I think it's probably the opposite. Usually they want the emotional investment. They have been traumatized, but it's actually more healthier to want the emotional investment and then to consider the financial investment a secondary thing, like emotions, good time, hanging out, loyalty, and then like finances, maybe resources, nice trips, fancy gifts is like should be further down the road. I think if somebody has their love language is like being gifts mostly, that could be a problem. Their love language should be like quality time, affirmation, physical touch. If gifts is their number one love language, then there's going to be an issue there.
I would tend to say that those people that want the investment are often, it's just a coping mechanism from the emotion side.
I just think it's crazy that someone's like, I want loyalty and respect from my man. And then she's like, I think this person may be traumatized or like emotionally fucked up.
because, other women would judge other women for having that.
No,
like having a high value man, and essentially
he steps out.
Yeah, essentially he steps out, and they're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
It depends where you live. And it depends on the culture. I know for a fact that in some countries, this is already understood. It's just not openly talked about. And it's not openly endorsed. But best believe you're going to have some older women put some younger women aside and say, shut the fuck up. You know what it is.
Why are women judging that other woman?
Because it's easy to judge a situation you can't access. When you can access a man that's taking you left, right, and center and paying for everything and taking you first class, then tell me what you would do in that situation. It's very easy to judge circumstances that you can't access, but when you can access it, then you can form a more informed judgment. So I think the people that judge it can't access it, so they don't even know what that life looks like.
You're thinking about can access. Some people don't care. It's not that deep. Like, not everybody in life craves luxury. You're talking about flying first class. I've flown first class. It's okay. It's all right. Do I think it's important? No, absolutely not. But that's just a set of values I was raised on. And I know that's true for a lot of other women out there. Like, luxury ain't for everybody. So for some people, respecting themselves and their core values is way more important than being able to get the latest Gucci Prada bag. So you're saying they can't access it? No, some people can access and don't want it because of all the baggage it comes with. Do you really think that all the women who don't live that kind of like high value man lifestyle, whatever it is, it's because they're not attractive enough? That's akin to saying like the reason why these guys are saying they wouldn't spend that money is because they don't have it. It was like, no, there's plenty of dudes who make a lot of money and still live a very humble life. You get me?
Yeah, in my opinion, those are the best type of people. Like the guys that have the money but don't need to flaunt it, don't want to show it off, just like have it, like old school money kind of like a mentality. You know, they've done it. Like they don't really show it off anymore. You know, I've had some great experiences in my life. Travel 35 countries, a couple mansions, crazy car. I've done all that stuff, but I didn't have it all the time, but I have experienced it, and like it's okay and it's cool, and I don't have the need to do it anymore. I just do it every once in a while for footage, but I don't really care. My happiness would be like a dog, a chocolate cake with some ice cream, family, like a wife. Like that's my happiness. You know what I'm saying? But then you have also women. If a woman's experienced all those kind of beautiful things, and she's possibly 29, 28, she's like, I don't really need it anymore. That's cool. I'd rather have her reach that realization at like 29, 30 instead of reaching that realization at like 37 when she's been doing it for way too long. She can't get herself out of that mode because she's stuck in the mode of like living the lavish lifestyle. It's like somebody who's gotten out of it 28, 27, 29, beautiful.
Plenty of dudes who make millions and they'll still take public transport, or they'll still do their stuff on the low, or live life very modestly. Not everybody who can afford luxury or a luxurious lifestyle lives that. I would say most of the rich people I know live unassuming lives. The ones I've actually personally met and like I know their net worth, they live you would never even guess they got money like that. So there's just this idea that like, oh, because you make money, you must spend money like you make money. But that's really not the case. In fact, I would argue some of the stingiest and like most penny pinching motherfuckers I know are rich people. And that's actually part of why they became rich to begin with. Because they understand the value of a dollar and they understand how to save. And so they're going to use their connections and everything else instead of spending money like crazy. That's just been my experience, though. So this is anecdotal. I have to admit that.
Oh, shit. You just made me realize most motherfuckers I know that got money like that, you wouldn't know they got money like that.
No. You really wouldn't.
Well,
and I would argue,
unless you be close to them and around them and you know.
There's this perception that attractive women will always go for like the richest or whatever. But that's just because all we see is attractive women on Instagram. There's so many attractive women who got no social media, no IG. Honestly, that shit's so refreshing when I be meeting them in person, but they're not as easly accessible. One, because they're not online like that. That not everybody values the same ideas or same things. But
the vast majority of the people, a lot of people that I work with, comedy and shit like that, they've been doing this shit for like 10, 12 years, and some of them they got it like that. Yeah. And
you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I love it when I meet somebody awesome of the opposite sex and they like don't have Instagram. Like not saying they don't have it, they really don't have it. Or I love it when I go there and there's like 11 photos. By the way, you should check it out. You go there and you see like their photos. It's like maybe 4 to 11 photos. And it's like not every photo was them on vacation, suspiciously with no friends. Like, I don't want to see you on vacation with no friends all the time. Like, where are your friends at? Where's your ex-boyfriend at in the photos? You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't all be beach photos. I want to see you, like, with your grandma. I want to see you working on an art project. I want to see you with a photo of you at work. I want to see you with a photo of you in your graduation. I want to see, like, all that on your Instagram. I want to see, like, your life. I don't want to see, like, just, like, angled shots from the gym of crevices. Like trying to like brainwash me with your devil influence. Like I'm not down with that. I don't need to see that. You know, it's true. So also to add the other point, some of the rich people that I know don't floss. In fact, the people that I meet like romantically, if they want me to like floss on them earlier on, it's very unattractive. It's very unattractive. Very, very unattractive. Like, come out with me. Let's go walk some dogs. Let's chill out by the park. Let's have a coffee one day. Let's do a movie night. Let's cook together. And then if that's all cool, that's going great. Yeah, let's go to the top restaurant and like let's ball out on your birthday. Like, let's do it. Like, I'm down for it at that point, but like not like the beginning. Like, you wake up and you're like, hey, you're a new guy I met, and I want the luxury that you provide that I've seen that you have. Like, what is that? Get out of here.
There's a oh my days. There's a TV host I know. Yeah, motherfucker bought a scooter.
Yeah.
Just to go around town and whatever.
Absolutely.
But he's been on this TV host shit for like a good 10 years.
But the reason why he bought a scooter is actually kind of smart. It's because he values time. And if you know anything about scooters, you get to break traffic laws.
He actually said it himself. I don't want to show I got money. Like, he said that verbatim.
Partially. But I think one of the other reasons, you just move around faster. The reason why I like biking in the city is because I break every traffic law. Do you think I stop at red lights? Left, right, nigga, I'm gone.
I hate you.
Hey, listen, I'm a smart cyclist. I don't be here fucking up with cars.
It's okay, I still hate you.
Why you hate me? Why? Because I don't follow the rules?
I really hate you.
Yeah, you on a motorcycle, do you follow all the rules?
Just not.
Yeah, exactly. You don't think I know?
It's just not the speeding rule.
No, there's probably some other ones. You probably be zooming in between cars every now and then.
No, I always put my flasher. There's always place.
Yeah. I know you switch your lanes. I know this man. I know 100% if you get on a bike, what he doing. It's okay. Let's keep going.
Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the video. Well, young ladies and gentlemen, what did you learn from that? It was entertaining. I've been pretty great, guys. Go subscribe to their channel. If you haven't already, you probably have. Again, Montreal, what's up? Anyways, yeah. I'll be doing more stuff like this. If you liked what you saw, you want to see more, leave a like on the video, as I said before, because likes cost you nothing. But when you like the video, you get everything. And I'll put similar videos up in the corner here for you to click, going on the rabbit hole of enjoyment, laugh your butt off, but also be educated. And as always, keep in touch and may the light be with you. Cheers.